Well, Taylor sounds super sweet,
Yeah.
and she's excited about her date with John. They went to Rocco's Tacos, and then she went to his softball game after that. And so they've kind of seen each other twice, but now there's been no communication.
Right, because I asked her, I'm like, are you guys still texting back and forth? Is he communicating with you? And she's like, he was being super flirty over text, and now she's like, nothing.
Well, we do have him on hold right now, and he's kind of confused on what's going on, which I totally get. So let's bring him on right now and see if we can kind of clear some things up. John, you there?
Yeah, hey, what's going on?
Hey, John, thanks for hanging on there for a second. I know you're confused right now. I'm just going to kind of lay this out for you. We do something called a second date update, and we talk to people about dates they went on. And there's a date that you actually went on with this girl, Taylor. You guys went to Rocco's Tacos, we heard. And then she even came and supported you at your softball game. But now hasn't heard anything from you since that day and is kind of confused on what's happening.
This is nuts. I can't even believe you got me on the phone for this right now. This is getting to be way too much.
What happened?
Well,
I mean, I understand us
She's just
calling you is a
coming
weird thing. I get that.
No, but this is even more over the top. She is just coming on way too strong. I mean, wow. Yeah, we did go out to Rocco's Tacos. We had a good date. It was nice, But while we were at our date, we got to talking, and I happened to mention that I play in a softball league on Monday nights, and happens to be at a park near where she lives. She told me where she lives. I'm like, oh my gosh, I play softball right by you on Monday nights. Well, fast forward to Monday night, and she just shows up at the softball game without letting me know or anything. I all of a sudden hear cheering from the stands, and I look over, and it's her. Like screaming my name in the middle of the softball game. It was so awesome.
Number one fan. Yeah.
But that's kind of a personal thing, That's my Monday night with the guys. I play softball, and I did invite her, and she just randomly shows up.
Yeah. So there was no invite.
There was definitely no invite. Absolutely not.
Gotcha.
I just happened to mention that I.
Maybe she thought it was an invite. Maybe she's like, maybe that was a hint, because you did say to her, well, I play softball right down the street from where you live. Hint, hint. I'm just saying.
It wasn't even just that, okay? So we did go to Rocco's Tacos on a date. While we were messaging, though, I did happen to mention, and this is before we had our first date, that I was a bartender. And I work at a bar in town. Come to find out, my manager told me after I explained the whole situation and showed him a picture that she had come and trying to basically see me at the bar even before our first date. He recognized her and said, oh my gosh, she was here the other night.
Just kind of scoping out the scene.
No way.
Yeah.
So before our first date, she had come almost stalking me and was like looking at me and staring at me while I'm working.
But she didn't say anything to you at that night when she was coming by?
No, and I guess at that point, when it was just that, okay, she's interested. She wants to make sure I'm a real guy. I actually work where I say I work, So I kind of just let it go. But then the softball thing, to show up uninvited to that, and and my teammates were even asking like, who is that? Is that your girlfriend? And I'm just like, no, that is not my girlfriend.
Okay, there's a lot going on here. John, and I understand what you're saying about you finding out that he came to your work beforehand, and that wasn't a red flag to you at all?
Not so much a red flag, just, I don't know. Again, I think maybe at the time I thought she wanted to make sure I was who I said I was and actually had a job and was working and, was just doing her reconnaissance,
Okay.
Ooh, reconnaissance.
Fine.
All right. Well, listen, John, we actually have Taylor on the phone with us as well. And so I want to bring her on, just kind of get her take on this. Taylor, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Taylor, I just want to get this straight. So before you guys ever went on a date, you actually swung by his work to see who he was or check him out and didn't say anything to him.
I mean, I wasn't sitting there like a stalker staring at him, like with, staring daggers at him or whatever. It was just, I kind of want to check out who you're going to go out with.
Okay. All right. Understood. And then you guys went to Rocco's Tacos. He said that was a great date. But then you showed up kind of unexpectedly at the softball game?
Well, it's right by my house, and I'm so confused right now because, I thought it'd be, a fun surprise. I, dressed up all cute. I thought I'd be kind of, you said you wanted to see me again, so I was like, okay. So I just don't understand, why all of a sudden you're throwing around the word stalker when you said you play softball by my house.
That was just in mid-conversation. You told me where he lived, and I was like, oh, my gosh, that's right by the park that I play softball. In no way was that an invitation for you to just show up.
I was showing interest and being supportive, and I'm like, why am I being vilified for that right now?
Clearly you were showing interest, but I think just too much interest too quickly.
Okay, so let me ask you this, John. I mean, you did say you had a great time at Rocco's Tacos. Okay, so you had a great date. So when you guys do hang out, it's a good time. Would you be willing to hang out with her again? And if it was planned and you knew what was happening?
Was it behind your back?
I think I'm just not interested.
Well, after such a good date, you want to throw this away is weird. Like, we had a good time.
Throw what away? We had one date. Yeah. Okay, we've seen each other 3 times, only one of which we agreed to.
It's kind of
Well,
true.
Is that not weird to
That's
you?
debatable.
So, John, this is going to be a no for you?
Yeah, no. Just please back off, Taylor. Just don't call me again.
Ooh.
Oh, my
I think
God.
that's it.
Whatever.
All right, Taylor. Well, you heard what John had to say. I'm sorry it didn't work out the way you wanted to work out. John, thank you for coming on. I wish you both luck in your dating lives, and you guys have a great day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me too.
Thanks.
All right, see ya.
I almost feel kind of bad for her because it seems like her intentions weren't bad. But if you think about it, showing up to his work before the date,
Creepy.
then showing up to a softball game after the date.
Not
If it were
invited.
just the softball game and not the going to his work, I think he would have been okay with it.
Where does she show up next?
Right.
It's
That's
kind
the
of
big thing.
the big
Right.
deal. Anytime he tells her that he's
Hey,
doing
what I'm
something,
doing, yeah, and then she just
does she
showed
show up
up.
every time? I don't know.
Right.
Would this have been a deal breaker for you? Is this creepy or is it cool? 800-992-1099, 800-992-1099.